Markets have remembered that tariffs could mean higher prices. It's Tuesday, 29th of July, and here's what you need to know. The relief rally after the US and EU struck a trade deal at the weekend was brief, as markets remembered that US consumers will now be paying at least 15% on almost all imported goods. That will squeeze consumer demand and profit margins, and it could go a lot higher on imports from countries that have yet to strike a trade deal with the Trump administration by Friday. That includes Brazil, Canada, and South Korea. Our number of the day is $2,400. That's how much tariffs at this level could cost the average American household by the end of the year, according to calculations from the Budget Lab at Yale. Much of that is still up in the air. US negotiators are meeting their Chinese counterparts in Sweden today, for example. But the Yale team calculated the US could lose half a percentage point of GDP and 500,000 jobs this year. It's the jobless rate that Fed policymakers will be most worried about. They start their two-day meeting today. Watch out later for data on job openings from last month and the trade balance. Our chart of the day is the euro against the dollar. The European single currency lost 1.3% on Monday as politicians from around the continent lined up to condemn the trade deal. The French Prime Minister said it was a dark day for the continent and Europe had resigned itself to submission, while the German Chancellor said his country's economy would suffer significant damage. The perception that European negotiators have given the US too much sent stocks and bond prices down across the continent. And our stock of the day is pharmaceutical giant AstraZeneca. Pharma is Europe's biggest export to the US, and that 15% tariff will hit margins. AstraZeneca has been trying to get ahead of that. It's announced it plans to spend $50 billion expanding manufacturing in the US, and today it forecasts that will take its annual revenue to $80 billion by the end of the decade. It beat second quarter earnings expectations this morning, and that stock has picked up. AstraZeneca is already Britain's biggest company by market value. And that's what you need to know this morning.